For those of you that have spouses, kids, maybe you're only a 16-year-old that is looking up all these things. It doesn't even matter. Let's say my position. This is why I take it seriously. How about that? I take it this seriously because you know what? If I go out on my bike, whether it's just to go to Walmart or to grab something really quick in my small backpack and I'm just having fun time, if I go out and I get in a wreck and I lose my arm or I lose my leg or I have a traumatic brain injury where I can't remember anything, then who's going to take care of me? My wife. Okay, yeah. But she's not going to have a husband anymore. What is up, everybody? Dan and the Fireman here, and we're going to be talking about the topic that nobody wants to talk about. We're going to be talking about how deadly motorcycles are. And we're going to have stuff all in the background of all the crashes that I've reviewed just this month. And I want you guys to understand that it is deadly. And if you're a new rider and you're thinking about riding, or you've just started riding and you're looking up tips and somehow found me, if you don't know this yet, it is deadly. And if you don't want to ride anymore because I'm giving you a dose of reality here, then that's perfectly fine. There's other stuff out there that are not deadly or not as, severe, and you will bring you just as much joy. If you've been riding for a while and you don't understand fully how deadly this stuff is, then stay tuned. Okay, there's stats up the ass when it comes to NHTSA and all these different places that talk about how fatalities happen, how much there are. I mean, 45 to 5,000 fatalities a year in the United States for like a decade. It's not decreasing. I mean, I can go over all these things, but at the end of the day, I want you to understand where I'm coming from. Okay, I've been a firefighter for 2007 to 2018, so about 11 years. 10 and a half, 11 years. Career firefighter EMT. And I have seen fatality after fatality after fatality. I started riding in 2011, and then I started to really recognize motorcycle fatalities. And I think you might understand that if you've been riding for a little bit or you're even thinking about motorcycles, all of a sudden you're starting to see them all over the road. So when I go to work and I started riding, and all of a sudden the motorcycle fatalities and motorcycle accidents really hit home, gave me a dose of adrenaline when I get the call. And it used to not do that. And I would see people die for the stupidest shit. And it really hit me. And after seeing a dozen or so, I started making beginner rider tips. I started making videos to hopefully help you guys out so that you wouldn't be dead. All the stuff, all the videos I would do, I would have to do research, so I was learning myself, and I just wanted to share with you. That's all I was doing. And now it's my full-time job, and I'm really, really taking it seriously. And when I watch these videos and I start reading the comments and I start, for my after action reports, I read the comments of how, and it's not all of you guys, it's just a couple of you guys or like a small percentage of the comments are like, man, why are you victim blaming? Why are you, why isn't the car driver at fault? At the end of the day, I'm putting the responsibility back on you. Or is the car driver, what am I supposed to be doing with this, guys? Am I just saying the car driver's at fault so you guys can be happy about it? No, I'm putting the responsibility back on you. Some of these people should have seen the hazard coming up. Some of these people should have had swerving and braking skills, but it was never trained. So how are these people with endorsements? In the testing process, especially in anywhere, you have to pass a course, you have to do the test, you have to do the everything. But then how come people aren't swerving? How come people aren't braking? How come people are just completely oblivious to the fact that three rows of cars are applying the brakes and we run into them? So who's really at fault? Well, the car's turning in front of us. Okay, yeah, legally, I mean, sure, I don't care. But at the end of the day, we should have seen that. I'm putting the responsibility back on you guys. So if you're a new rider and you're about to take a class, go to that class understanding how deadly this is. Take that class seriously. Learn all the physical skills, but don't stop trying to learn. You also need to learn the mental skills. You need to learn the hazard perception. You need to train yourself to be situationally aware. You need to understand the steps of situationally aware. Just like you're understanding the steps of counterbalancing, countersteering, directional steering, you're learning what the clutch and shifter and the brakes and all that stuff, how all that stuff works. But how come nobody's talking about how the brain works and how we can perceive hazards? I've been to so many classes in the past 13, 14 months. I've been to beginner classes, intermediate classes, advanced classes. I've learned trail braking, speed shifting, proper body positioning, basically where I'm hanging off the bike. I've learned all these different things. And at the end of the day, all the classes, even my rider coach certification where I became a coach, and even then, nobody, I would say about 10% of all the curriculum I've been through talks about how to find the hazard. Nobody even talks about what to look for as a hazard. They just say look for something that could be in your way, like a car turning left in front of you. That doesn't really do much. Nobody is focusing on that. And that's what I'm trying to do with motorcycle training concepts. I'm really focusing on the mental skills. I want to complement all these other places, all these other people that are doing some great physical skill stuff, but I feel like it's 90-10. And I'm going to be 90-10 mental physical skills. Because at the end of the day, I believe if you have the basic fundamental skills and you're hyper aware or even just regular aware, then you're going to be better off and safer than somebody with crazy advanced parlor trick style skills and being careless with it or being super aggressive with it on the street. We're watching all these motorcycle crashes and this is what is popular on YouTube. This is extremely popular on YouTube. And I'm purposely doing after action reports and I'm purposely co-opting these crashes to hopefully make it popular so that people see that and learn something. That's why I'm doing that. And it's crazy because those are the videos that are super popular. This video is not going to be as popular. And then all the training lessons and all the U-turns and all the other bullshit is not as popular as somebody watching somebody get in a crash. And then I get, I get some hate. That's really what it is. I get some hate because I put the responsibility back on the rider. I'm sorry, at the end of the day, guys, you need to have the responsibility of what you're doing. You're getting on a motorcycle and you're traveling at a high rate of speed. 20 miles an hour is a high rate of speed, guys. That's like top tier sprinting for a human. And we're going well above that. And we're not taking it seriously. We're not taking it as seriously as it should be. There you go. We really aren't. And I think that is a detriment. I think the fact that we're not taking it seriously and we're going out and taking classes, which is great, but we're not taking it for the right reasons. We're not taking these advanced classes, these even beginner classes for the right reasons. If you only go to a beginner class to get your endorsement, then you're in the wrong spot. If you want your endorsement, go to the DMV. Go to these classes with the mindset of, I need this information so that I can be skillful and so I can stay safe. And this is only, like I said, a portion of it. This is only the physical skills and not the mental. So you still have more to learn. We need to start taking it seriously. You go to the dealership and the dealers or the salesman, what do they tell you first thing? How much power it has, how much it costs, how much comfort it is. But nobody even wants to touch the subject of how deadly it is. It doesn't sell motorcycles. I can't be a salesman and be like, you know what, sir? There's a 27 times chance that you're going to die mile per mile with this motorcycle than if you were in a car. You have a 27 times chance of dying. That won't sell motorcycles. That won't sell anything. If I lead my courses or I put it in advertisements that, hey, there's a good chance you're going to die on this motorcycle, but come on down and take a class with me. That's bad for business. But it needs to be said. I'm not in it for the business, guys. I sell an ebook for $5. That's what I sell. If you want to support me on Patreon, go ahead. It's $2. I get ad revenue. That's what I do. I don't need things. I don't need crazy stuff. I don't need to sell things. I really don't. My goal is to make sure you guys are safe, and I will. This is the beauty of YouTube. This is the beauty of being funded on Patreon, not by organizations or trying to push a product. I need you guys to understand how deadly it is. I'm doing a disservice to you guys if I don't tell you how deadly it is. So keep watching these videos, these crash videos, and maybe learn something from it. But at the end of the day, I know a lot of people are just watching them for the entertainment value and then get upset with me when I call out the rider themselves. Take it 110% seriously. You know, I'm not done yet. Take it seriously. For those of you that have spouses, kids, maybe you're only a 16-year-old that is looking up all these things. It doesn't even matter. Let's say my position. This is why I take it seriously. How about that? I take it this seriously because you know what? If I go out on my bike, whether it's just to go to Walmart or to grab something really quick in my small backpack and I'm just having a fun time, if I go out and I get in a wreck and I lose my arm or I lose my leg or I have a traumatic brain injury where I can't remember anything, then who's going to take care of me? My wife. Okay, yeah. But she's not going to have a husband anymore. What happens if I don't recognize my kids anymore? What happens if I break my spine from the neck down and I can't even hug my family anymore? What happens if I decide today, you know, I'm not going to wear my helmet and I get in a crash and rip my jaw off? You think that's not going to happen? I can't kiss my wife anymore. That's how serious you guys should be taking this. I just have to leave it with that because at the end of the day, that's what it's for. It's not for you. So take it seriously.